Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shoy Gonoje, and today's video is going to be explaining the midwifery OSCE assessment station. Okay, so OSCE is midwifery OSCE is made up of API stations, which is the assessment, planning, implementation, and the evaluation station. Then we also have the link skills, which includes the birth and then the systematic examination of the newborn, or postnatal check and systematic examination of the newborn. So they can either give you normal labor, that is normal birth, or postnatal check. Whatever they want to put there is all up to them, but they give you 30 minutes for this link skills, this link station, meaning that you are the one to choose how you want to spend your time in this link station. If for instance you want to spend only 5 minutes to do the betting process or the postnatal check, is all up to you, and then you can use the remaining minutes to do the systematic examination of the newborn. So normally I would advise that you use a shorter time for the birth or postnatal check. Even if it's postnatal check, try to use at least 8 minutes or even less to do it. Just give yourself, because you have to spend a lot of time on the systematic examination of the newborn, or you are doing it from head to toe, and then you have to document. It takes a lot. So give yourself at least 20 minutes for that systematic examination of the newborn. The other time for the other link station, either the birth or postnatal check. You can always do those ones fast, and they don't require much documentation. Then we also have postnatal sepsis. We also have postnatal check. If you are not doing postnatal check in birthing process, you will do it as a different station on its own. Then we have the three obstetric emergencies, which are postpartum hemorrhage, we have shoulder dystocia, we have unexpected breach. So they can give you any of these ones in obstetric emergencies. Any one, they will only give you one of them. Then we also have the professional value station and the evidence-based practice station. So altogether you'll be having 10 stations. Number one is the assessment station, number two is the planning station, number three is the implementation station, number four is the evaluation station, number five and six is the link skills, the link station. So in this link skill, either they give you postnatal check or they give you birth, normal birth. Either of them, they only give you one of them to link to the systematic examination of the newborn. So if they want to give you birth, they will give you birth and systematic examination of the newborn in the link skills, that's six, or postnatal check and systematic examination of the newborn makes it number six. Then they'll give you one obstetric emergency, either postpartum hemorrhage, shoulder dystocia, or unexpected breach. They will only give you one of them, which is making it seven, number seven. Then they will give you postnatal sepsis, which is number eight. Then they will give you they can either give you postnatal sepsis or postnatal check as a station. So either one they can give to you. If they gave you postnatal check in link skills, like they gave you as a link skill in the link station, then they will not need to repeat it again. They will have to give you maybe postnatal sepsis. But if they didn't give you in the link skill, maybe in bed, then maybe they might give you in a separate station. So once they have given you postnatal check like in the link skill, then don't expect it again, because they can't give it to you twice. They will have to give you postnatal sepsis to do, which is your number seven. Then number eight, like I said, is the obstetric emergencies, which is either postpartum hemorrhage, breach, unexpected breach, or shoulder dystocia. Number nine is the evidence-based practice station, and number 10 is the professional value station. So for the evidence-based practice stations, they give you place of birth, either place of birth or induction of labor at term. Those are the two topics that will come under evidence-based, either of them. So they can either give you place of birth as an evidence-based practice question station, or induction of labor at term. Then for the professional values station, they can either give you bereavement care or safeguarding women and children. So one other thing you should note is that you're going to be using the dummy when you're there. You're going to be using the dummy when you get there. That is not going to be a real human, except you're doing handover, for instance, to the nurse, the next nurse on the shift. For instance, in planning station, you've done your planning and then you want to hand over to the next nurse. Then the examiner will be the next nurse to you, not a dummy. But when you're doing care, like actual care, they are going to give you a dummy to use, not an actual human being. So this change was implemented, I think, during the COVID period. Also, it is worthy to note that the API stations, that's assessment, planning, implementation, and evaluation. They are like together. You do one, then you go to the next, you go to the next, and you go to the next. But they allocate different times for them. But before the timing, I want to pinpoint that they give, like, the questions that come in this assessment, planning, implementation, and evaluation stations are majorly theory. So it's either they are giving you abdominal pain to do, like the woman is coming with abdominal pain. What are you going to do? You understand everything you're going to do, from assessment to the planning to the implementation of the care, and evaluation of the whole care as well, if the care you render was successful. So either they give you abdominal pain, a lady coming with abdominal pain, or they give you labor and births, or they give you postnatal visits. So these are the three likely questions they will give you in a PI station. So when they give you this, you're expected to, like, they'll give you they'll tell you the symptoms the woman is coming with, and you're expected to make a diagnosis of it. So for instance, they'll tell you the woman is a gravida, something para, something gravida 2 para 1, coming with abdominal pain at stem, and then bleeding per vagina and all the rest. So you have to make a diagnosis. Okay, this person is experiencing this, or say the woman just the water just broke, or she's having bloody show. So it might be that she's in labor, you understand? Or like she has given birth. This woman is now a para 2. She gave birth 5 days ago, and then you expect to, do a postnatal visit for her, like carry out a postnatal visit to her, go to her house to visit her, and then do the necessary care you will do as a community midwife, like as a midwife going to visit a woman that has delivered. So that's everything you're going to do. Assessment, planning, implementation, and evaluation, like, is just it's just that. So what you're going to do: assessment, planning, implementation, and evaluation. That's the API station. You will know that, okay, this woman is still the same woman. Like, it's still the same woman you'll be seeing from the assessment up to the implementation stage, up to the evaluation stage. Then for the timing of the stations, the assessment station takes 20 minutes. They only give you they give you 20 minutes. It's not only but it's only because the 20 minutes is usually not enough. They give you 20 minutes for assessment station, they give you 16 minutes for the planning station, they give you 15 minutes for the implementation station, and they give you 16 minutes for the evaluation station. So 20, 16, 15, and 16. You understand? So those are the minutes they give you. And you just have to note that these times are usually not enough when you get there. Like when you are in the exam hall, when you are in the OSCE exam hall, the time runs so fast, then you would think it's nanoseconds. You understand? When I was doing my own, I felt like it was a different work clock they put there, not the normal work clock we are used to, because the time just runs like water. Before you finish greeting the patients, you have 2 seconds left. You'll be like, I have not even finished assessment. It's just like that. So you just have to hurry things up, like, hurry yourself, like do things very fast with speed. I'm not saying make mistakes, I'm not saying skip points, but be smart. You understand? Be smart with your time, because the time runs very fast when you're there. It's different when you're doing your training. It runs very fast when you're actually there in the exam hall. So those are the minutes. Like I said, 20 minutes for assessment, 16 minutes for planning, 15 minutes for implementation, and 16 minutes for evaluation. Then for the link skills, I told you it was 30 minutes. It takes 30 minutes to do the two skills in the link station. So if you're doing birth station or postnatal check and systematic examination of the newborn, both of them takes 30 minutes. So allocate your time well. Like I said, I would advise you to give 8 to 10 minutes for the shorter station, which is either the birth or the postnatal check, and give the other 20 minutes for the systematic examination of the newborn. Then for the obstetric emergencies, any of them is 8 minutes. It only takes 8 minutes. They only give you 8 minutes for the obstetric emergency skills, which is either postpartum hemorrhage, shoulder dystocia, and then unexpected breach. You only have 8 minutes to do the obstetric emergency from beginning to the end. So you have to be very fast in this station as well. You have to be smart. You have to do everything fast, and in this station as well, if you can allocate skills, I would say allocate skills, for things that, are not directly midwife care. For instance, cannulation. Say, for instance, you're doing the postpartum hemorrhage as an obstetric emergency, and it gets to the part where you have to take blood or cannulate the woman. You can say, I will tell the anesthetist to cannulate the woman while I do this thing. So you're saving time with that, because you want to start cannulating and all of that. It's going to, you're not actually cannulating, but if you want to start saying, okay, I'll cannulate the woman, it will take time. So allocate skills like that. Allocate the skills you can allocate and do the ones you can do. That's for the obstetric emergencies. I say it takes 8 minutes. They only give you 8 minutes for this. So for the postnatal sepsis, it takes 10 minutes to do this. They only give you 10 minutes for the postnatal sepsis. Then for evidence-based practice and professional values, they give 10 minutes each. They give 10 minutes for evidence-based practice and they give 10 minutes for professional values. So that's all the timing, guys. That's all the stations you expect to have. So you expect to do 10 stations altogether in the new midwifery OSCE 10 stations. We have the API stations, assessment planning, implementation and evaluation. We have the link station, which can be birth or postnatal check, and then systematic examination of the newborn. That's making it 6. We have postnatal sepsis 7. We have obstetric emergency. You're going to be having one obstetric emergency, which is 8. And then we have evidence-based practice station and the professional value station, which is making it 10. So the evidence-based practice station and the professional value station, they are the writing stations. They are writing stations. So it's a silent station. You don't say anything to the examiner. You just, when your time starts, you just start writing and submit when you're done. As you cover it up when you're done and then wait for your time to be over. This station also takes a lot of time. So you have to be very fast when you're writing. Another station that is also writing station is the planning station and the evaluation station. But in the planning station, you know that you are going to be doing handover to the next nurse, that's the examiner. The examiner is standing as the next nurse. So in that one, you know that you're going to be talking at the end. But at the beginning of it, you're going to be writing, like writing your plan of care, your SBAR and all the rest. Or same thing with the evaluation. You also write it in the form of SBAR, or a form that you're handing over to the community nurse if they say the question involves handing over to the community nurse. So you write it like as a transfer of care letter. That one you don't have to that one you don't have to hand over to the examiner. You just write a transfer of care letter. That's for the evaluation, or evaluating the care, depending on what the question is. So that's it, guys. That's all about the midwifery OSCE. That's about the timing. If you have any questions on this, please feel free to drop it in the comment section below, and then please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Share this video with your friends, and then I'll be dropping some more as well. So take care for now. Bye bye.